Alright, I'm going to make this hook here. I'm going to use the curve here, and I'm going to start here, pretend where this is going to be the top of the hook. So I'll select here, and before I do, you can see I'm in full DG mode. That's going to come in handy here in a little bit. And I'll select here. I might select here, select here, here, and double click here. Now if I want to alter this and I don't like it, if you select a point on here, and you can see it activated this. If it don't, you need to come down here and select this curve here, and when you want to do some adjustment, you can do it like this. Depends how you want the curve. This is kind of like soft selection, the curve here. If you're all familiar with that. And we'll collapse the DG here. And then I'm going to go ahead and what I'm going to do here, and I'll explain this later because I'm going to have to jump ahead here. So I'm going to reverse this curve on this, and I'll explain that later here so you'll understand it. So I'll select here. The white point is on this top of this hook here. I'm just going to click the opposite end, and it's going to reverse the curve here. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to tip this down, and I'll keep an eye on this dihedron until it looks like it's going to flip to the plane there, the floor grid kind of, or resembles it. And we're going to select the square, and I'll shift snap to this, and we'll just drag somewhat of a square out. And what I'm going to do is just grab this triangle and just snap it to the center here. Alright, with the triangle selected, we're going to go ahead and use this sweep line, and we're going to select the shape here. There's options over here, and we're going to go ahead and set this down here for the taper. So this is something you'll have to experiment with. Alright, I'm going to make a kind of a hard edge hook here. If I wanted to smooth it right now, all I would have to do is do some smoothing and come with a hook here. I want to have this hook to have some flat edges on each side and the front and the back. So we'll select this back here, and we're going to go into edge mode. Let's collapse the DG here, and we'll select any edge here, and we're going to ring it, and we're going to loop it. That way we're going to get all four sides here, and we're going to go with the vertex modeling, and we're going to use this edge tool here. This is going to give it a bevel. I want to soften this up a little bit, but still give a little hard edge. So this is something else you'll have to experiment with. How far do you want to really spread them apart? How soft do you want it? How hard an edge you want it? It all depends. And when you do that, we'll just subdivide it and take a look. Alright, now this is what I want. I want some flat spots on the front and back, and some on the left and right. You know, you could do this if you wanted to. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and, I'm not collapsing the DG, I'm removing the history here, this little arrow, not the lightning bolt. And I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to give me a set of, I'm going to select this edge here, and I'm going to go ahead and ring it. As you can see, I got the edges here. I'm going to put some edges right between them, exactly right between all the edges. And I can do that by using the connect tool, and that's going to split the difference. Alright, because at this bottom here I want to make it kind of round. It's kind of square right now. So let's get a little sample down here. We're going to select an edge, we're going to loop it, and we're going to go over to the curve extraction. Alright, I'm going to pull this down. Now this is going to tell me how many points this has got. This has got 10 points on this. Okay, so I want to kind of give this a circle shape, and we're going to go into, we'll tip this back so we're back into the floor plane down here with the dihedron. We'll go back in the line, and we're going to select this one here, and approximate, bring it out here. If it's not 10 here, adjust it to 10. And remember the other one had 10 points, so we're going to leave that one at 10. That was was this one here. We'll just go ahead and delete that one. For right now, I'm going to try eyeballing as best I can. That looks good here. Top view, alright. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab this cube in the middle and expand this just a little bit. We're going to select here. And what I'm going to do is, before I did that, let me show you something else. I'm going to go ahead and do something else here. I'll just go ahead and delete this curve. And what I'm going to use is what I call the this here, one that's got the 2 points on it. Now let's go into this wireframe mode, and what I'm going to do is select one corner and come over and select the other corner. I have to tip this down so the tetrahedron's down. Sometimes that centers that up pretty good, sometimes it does and sometimes it don't. Just eyeballing it for right now. Looks good. Okay, that's if you want to do it. So sometimes it works out great, sometimes it's a little hassle. Not a big hassle, but alright, we're gonna go ahead and loop these, and I'm gonna go ahead and just, for right now, I'm just gonna scale them out so I can get them approximately out a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and start with 1 point and work my way around it. Alright, we're going to start with this one here. We're going to grab the triangle, and we're going to hold the shift key and snap it to here. And we are going to work our way around here. Shift key and snap. Shift key and snap. See, if you go one by one, that way you won't jump over another point, because you want to do them all in a row here. And what's making it kind of hard is on this here, I got the edges on this hook on all 4 corners are close together, so trying to match it up to the circle is going to be a little bit difficult, but not a whole lot. Alright, select this one here. Alright, I believe I got a couple more to go here. I think I got one more. Alright, we'll go ahead and hide that curve. Looks a little funny here. That's alright. I'm going to go ahead and take this and loop it down. And I'm going to just go ahead and scale that back in. Let me take a look at something here. Alright, that looks alright. Looks like it could use a little twisting. This is something you'll have to experiment with yourself. Then I'll go ahead and hold the control key and just kind of drag it down just a little bit. And do one more. Now when I subdivide it, let's go back into smooth mode. As you can see, the bottom here is now round. If you wanted to have it round down there for some reason instead of square. And of course you can, let's just go ahead and collapse DG here. And if you want to do any kind of scaling or anything on here, you can. And we'll just select here. Hold the control key down. I'll go ahead and let's go over to the vertex modeling. We'll just go ahead and close that. And we'll just go ahead and triangle tessellate that. And we'll go ahead and tighten this edge up, because if I subdivide it, it's going to look halfway decent, but collapse the DG. Gonna loop this. This is something preference if you want to do it. Just tightens this up down here a little bit when you subdivide it. And you can work the top here. So on these hooks here, when you try rendering them, they're so small that really the points on them are they're hard to see, so you really don't want to make it too pointy. So we'll go ahead and we're going to go ahead and close this one up here, and we'll go ahead and triangle tessellate that one too. And let's see if we can get over to the selection mode so it pulls in the direction.